Hello, 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 and welcome back to another horrible video. And today I will be teaching you how to play Space Pioneers. So first, to start in Space Pioneers, you want to make a nice platform. Now the easiest way to do this is you can mine some dirt with your extractor tool like so. And you just go into the building with your blueprint and get some dirt. You don't have to click and drag, you just click once. And you get the dirt block, as you can see, and you put it in your hotbar like that. Now it's in the hotbar, and see, I can place it anywhere. Now, this dirt block is what's called a grounded block or a foundation block. It won't unanchor if you place it, so you can build a nice platform out of it. And there we go, we have our platform. Next, in Space Pioneers, obviously, you want to go to space to other planets. Now, to do this, obviously, you need a factory of sorts. So I'm going to teach you how to make the factory and get the materials. So first, as you see, when you open up your blueprint thing here, there's many tabs, you know, different colors, all this cool stuff, but what you really want to be looking at is the industry tab. Now the industry tab has many things, and you might not know how to use really anything here, and that's okay. This game takes some time to learn. That's why I'm going to tell you what you need to do. So first, you need to smelt ore. Now, there's multiple things you need to smelt ore. And first, you're going to have to start with a kiln. Now, kilns are made of regolith, which is just dirt. It's dirt, so you need 32 dirt and 16 rock. You're also going to need campfire, so you need rock and wood, and you need a casting table. Now you need the kiln to smelt the ore, you need campfire to heat the kiln, and you need the casting table to turn the smelted ore into ingots, which I'll show you how to do. So first, to get your wood, you're going to want to find a tree like this. Now you can chop down basically each part of this tree and get wood. As you can see, I broke a piece off. You can really break any piece off here, and it just works like that. Lots of wood. Getting stone is really easy. You just dig a hole like this, and look, you can see it says I'm excavating rock now. This is dirt. This is rock. Amazing. Now I'm actually going to make this platform a bit bigger. I made a mistake, a bit bigger, so it's easier for me to place a few things. We're gonna get our blocks here in industry, so we're gonna get the campfire, the casting table, and the kiln. So first, if you look here at the casting table, you need 8 ash. Now you may be wondering how to get ash. You need a campfire. Now, what the campfire does is you place it down. The campfire, you can't configure it, you can't do anything with it besides build a pipe, but that really doesn't do anything with the campfire. To make ash, you literally just place the campfire down and let it burn, and we should see it burn in a second. A piece of it turn black, like those campfires over there. It will, part by part, it will get blacker, each part of it, and we will see it eventually. There we go, and yeah, I'll tell you when this is done. And in a second here, as you can just see, the fire went out. Now we have this. Now if we look at my inventory here, we can see I have 36 ash. If I delete this, right, this is how you get ash. You go to a burnt out campfire, you just delete it, and now I have 48. I gained ash. Now you take this ash and you place a casting table, place your kiln in this order. Now, the easiest way to set this up is to get a pipe, do the take from the kiln, and deliver to. Now, what does this do? Well, what this does is, I just place this pipe, as you can see the arrow. When ore in here turns into like molten ore, when it smelts, it goes from the kiln through the pipe into the casting table where you can collect it safely after it turns into ingots, smelted ore. Now let me show you an example of smelting ore. Now, one of the things you're going to need a lot is hematite, which is iron. This is just iron. So place your campfires around it, and you can really just put the hematite in here. Now, here's the issue with sometimes. Certain ores need to be hotter to smelt. Now, hematite needs quite a bit to smelt. As you can see now, it's smelting. You need 3 campfires to properly smelt that. And you can see we're getting pig iron. Now, I'm going to show you what you do with the pig iron in a second. Now, once you have enough pig iron, you go over here and you look into the resource section of the builder. Now, as you can see, you need to get your pig iron block. Now, why do you want to do this? Well, you want to get steel. Right? You need steel for a lot of things. What do you need steel for? You need it to make rocket engines, these control panels, even some things like seats. It's a very used item in the game. You're going to need it a lot. Even if you want to make your base more efficient. A firebox, this is basically a campfire, but better. It doesn't make ash, but it's really good. It needs steel. Lots of things need steel. So you're going to want to get your pig iron block, and you also want to grab a bomb. Now, a bomb, as you can see here, costs 8 rocks, 16 ash, and 4 saltpeter. Now, what is saltpeter? Well, they look like this, except this is lime, a slightly darker color. Now, we can grab that later, but what you want to find is saltpeter. It's lightly colored, it's more white than lime. Lime is more tan, but as you can see, this is saltpeter. So you want to grab the saltpeter like this. Head back to your base, and while we run, I'm going to put the bomb into my hotbar. And you're also going to need something to trigger the bomb. So we're going to get a normal button, which costs 2 copper. Now, obviously, we need copper. So, when you have all these ores, I probably should have done this sooner, you need to mine. Now, here's how you mine. You just dig into the ground, and you pretty much just dig until you find an ore. So you get under here, and we're just gonna look for an ore. Yeah, that's how this is gonna go. Now, as you can see here, we actually did find copper. If I mine it, it's called malachite. Malachite is just a fancy word for unrefined copper. Well, I don't think it's a fancy word, but yeah, copper. So you get your copper, and you go back up here to your base, and you can smelt this as well. I'm going to take that back, and I'm going to put my copper in. We're going to delete these here. Don't mind that. That fell on the ground because my inventory is full, so I'm pretty sure you don't need as much to smelt. Nope, okay, you do. You need 3. Why can't I make a 3rd one? We need more wood. Okay, so we didn't need a 3rd one, it was just heating up. So you only actually need 2 for that. But yeah, as you can see here, we are getting the copper smelted. So once you get 2 copper bars, you can come over here and place your button. Now, here's how you make steel. The easy way. You literally just place your block of pig iron, and you place your bomb. And you gotta connect your bomb like this. So you take out this wire, the configure tool. It's called wiring here. Not the configure tool, the wiring tool. Take this, you click on that. It's like the old Roblox wiring system. You click on this and you connect it. Now these 2 are connected. So you just stand a little bit away. It won't kill you, but it can launch you. So you just stand a little bit away, and then you click on the button and blow it up. So sometimes it just doesn't break the block because it's weird like that, and you need to just try again. It's kind of a luck chance system. Hold on, let me get up here. And yeah, you just need to keep trying till it blows up. We're gonna try that again. And there we go. Now just like the campfire, you take your hammer, and as you can see I have 67 steel. You take the hammer, you break it, and now I have 71 steel. It gives you 4 steel. So now that we have our steel, we can kind of we can make this setup better, because this setup sucks. This is slow. It's going to take you a long time like this to get anything done. So I'm going to show you how to make your base faster now. So when you want to make a better base, the best thing you can do is make a firebox. So we're going to get a firebox, and then on top of that, you won't be able to make this on a starter, and you don't want to use this. This is basically, I believe, this, but less expensive, but it can explode, so you don't want to mess with that. What you want next after the kiln is the light furnace. This is the kiln, but better. It can get hotter, it can smelt faster, it's just better to have. So you could still use campfires for this, but the better way is to use fireboxes. So we're going to replace the campfire here, we're going to delete these here, and we are going to delete this. See, it broke our pipe there, so we're gonna place that down. We're actually gonna move the casting table a bit away so I have more space. We're gonna reconnect it together, bam, and we're gonna place a firebox. Now, unless you get more advanced, like over here, where you want to smelt certain things, like this stuff, I'm pretty sure you'll only need one firebox, and I'll make sure of that right here when we do it. But the easiest way here is to put this firebox down and use petroleum. Now, let me show you what you can do with petroleum. Now, petroleum looks like this. It's black, it looks shiny kind of, it's amazing. So you line it up, it lines clearly, goes into the inventory, like that. You don't need much, it's petroleum. So you want to head back up, and whatever you want to smelt, you can put in your hematite, and you can smelt it, and make your pig iron. It might actually need to be hotter. Ow, I didn't think it needed to be hotter. No, okay, you only need one firebox. So that's confirmed, you only need one firebox to make the pig iron, like that. Let me show you how to do this better. So, let's say you want to mass produce steel, okay? You want an injector. Now what the injector does, you're first going to need 8 steel and 4 plastic. So here's how you get each of that. First, you already know how to get steel, but you don't know how to get plastic. It's actually pretty easy, it just takes a bit of time. So you go here and you get a block of petroleum. Block of petroleum, amazing. Place it here, and you also want to look for the block of tarmac. This is amazing. You need the tarmac. Take your blocks and you go here. So you place down your petroleum. You can place down a good amount if you want. I usually actually have not that there, but I'll place the button here. Now you can actually place a lot more than this. What I usually do at the start to save resources a bunch is I do that, and I connect it like this. Boom, you have that. You can even place one on top, but for representation, I'm just going to have one like that. So you have your stuff here, it's connected, and you blow up the petroleum, just like the pig iron to make it into steel. You blow up the petroleum, and it makes tarmac blocks. Tarmac blocks are amazing. Now here's what tarmac blocks give. Tarmac blocks give you what it costs, kerosene and naphtha. Now here's what each of those do. Naphtha is used for smaller things, but kerosene, as you can see I have kerosene now. Kerosene is mainly rocket fuel. People use it a lot for rocket fuel. This can't be used as rocket fuel, it's used for other things. But kerosene, very good to have. So we're going to stockpile that. We're going to save that up. But as you can see, I got my stuff there. Now to get plastic, you want to take your blocks of tarmac, you place your tarmac down like that, you place another bomb, you reconnect it like so, you stand back, and boom! It didn't work that well that time, as I told you, RNG. It just decides to work when it wants to or not. As you can see, I have my plastic block here, so I have 11 plastic. If I delete it, I have 13 now. See? So you get your plastic. That's how you get the plastic. So now you want to take an injector. So you get the injector and place it right next to your light furnace. So now we have this injector here. Now what does this do? Why do we have this? Well, an injector, you can put lime into it. Now why do you put lime into this? Well, let me show you what happens. If you put lime into this, you put your hematite in here, make sure this is empty. You got your lime in here, all that. And now I'm going to show you how the firebox works flawless. Now you can use any of these as fuel, but petroleum is going to be the one that you want to use. It's the best one to use. Unless you're really poor, I guess use wood. But if we take a bit of petroleum, put it in there, the firebox is active. You look in here, you look in here. Now what's going to happen is the lime is going to inject into... Did it work? Yes, okay, so the lime injected into the furnace, injected into the hematite, and now if we look in here, we just got steel directly, instead of pig iron. So this makes making steel much faster, much easier, much more efficient. It's a much better setup. So now you just have a fully working starter setup. If you want to automate it any way you can, that's great. But now, we're ready. At this point, it just takes a bit of grinding to get a ship. Why do you want a ship? I don't know. Many players, actually, as you can see here, stay on the starter planets and just build whatever they want. But some players like to actually leave for the stars. So I'm going to show you how to make a working ship. Now, a big issue with this game's building system is that if you build a ship on here or whatever, it can bug out a lot. So, you want to make a separate platform out of dirt like this, and this is a grounded block. Now, the cheapest material to use that many players like me use is wood to make the body of your ship. I know, crazy, but whatever. It's wood. It's gonna happen. So you want to find the wood block. This is a wood block here. I'm gonna take it, place it like this. Boom. Wood. And now we're going to build a little ship. So, it's really easy to build a ship, actually. You just get your seat here to sit in. You get your seat, and then you want a control panel. Now, a control panel costs quartz. What is quartz? Quartz, it does not have any weird setup or anything, but I actually see some right here. It is a material you find on the surface in quartz crystals. Now quartz is used for a lot of things, not really things that newer players will use, but certain components like comparators use quartz. But control panels are the main things that you'll be using as a new player. You can just get some quartz like this, just mine it. It's kind of rare on this planet. Different planets have different quartz. Oh, there's some more here. We'll grab some of that. As you can see, it gives 20 quartz per node, which is crazy. You barely need torch, honestly, so get some of it and then you'll be set. Now we're here back at the ship, so we're going to place our control panel down. And now this can actually move around already once we delete that part. But we're going to expand this a bit, and I'm going to show you how to make it, like, move. How do you go to space? Well, you want to go back to vehicle here. Now we're going to ignore all this. The engine I recommend using, don't use these. They're not really worth it, honestly. Despite them, it's saying it uses less fuel in space. I honestly don't see a difference. There's two you can use. This one you should always have. This is the Atlas rocket engine. It uses kerosene. That's why you need kerosene, for rocket fuel. This is the solid rocket booster. It's a one-time rocket booster. You can't use it again after you use it. You can delete it, get some of the resources back, but once it's done, it's done. You're not getting it back. You can't control how much it throttles. You just ignite it and it goes. That's it. So, just for the sake of this video, I'll show you how. Show you how to use one. So we'll place one on here, and we'll have this like this. We'll get a little button here. We'll connect it to the solid booster. That's how that works, and I'll show you soon once we finish up here. Next, we're going to need to get the Atlas rocket engine. Now, I actually don't have enough there, but do I have any stockpiled in my base? No, really? Okay. I'm going to make some steel. So, I'll be back once I'm done making more steel. And yeah, once you have enough steel, you can go up to your ship. Now you're going to need a few things. The kerosene rocket needs storage. It has its own storage, but you obviously need a bigger storage to store more kerosene for when you're flying. So we're going to look around here. Storage tab. You want a bin. A bin can hold liquids. Ooh. Huh. Interesting. You know, I haven't played this game, actually, if I'm being honest, in a while, and, I didn't realize these were here, but that makes me wonder, can this store kerosene? Wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, my ship has kerosene in it, but, like, what happens if I go ahead and take this and put it can store kerosene, so yeah, we're just going to use the bin. So we're going to place the bin here. We're going to get our Atlas rocket engine. And we're going to place it down like this. You can go any way you want, but I'm going to place it there. I'm going to take another thing. We're going to do take from and deliver to. So now it's taking kerosene from here and putting it into here. We're going to take the kerosene, put it into there, and we can see there's a storage on here too. There's 4 kerosene in it. Another thing you need to do, you need to wire the control panel to your rocket engine. As you can see, that's all set up. Now there's only one thing left to do. You don't need oxygen. You don't need any of that. You just need thrust. I'm going to delete this here. As you can see, it is now deployed. Go on the control panel. And yeah, now we can turn around anything like that. If you hit the ground, your ship will, like, ragdoll itself, but it won't destroy itself. Now, we could use this, but first I want to show the solid fuel booster. So we've connected this to that. We can't do anything except ignite it. So 3, 2, 1, ignite. And now we are moving up into space. As you can see, we are leaving the planet. It's curving out. Our base is right there. You can turn whatever, but for the sake of this, I'm not going to turn until we are far enough away. There's even a moon right there, and to go to it, all you have to do is turn and fly. But we need to get back to base, so I'm going to turn on the engine now. I connected this to that. It says use the arrow key, so I'm just going to use the gravity, so I did. It used a bit of fuel there. You're going to need a good amount of fuel. I recommend for traveling inside of the solar system, you should have at least 100 kerosene. But we are now falling down. We're going to land. There we go, we landed. We're back at base. Now I'm just going to get back on over here. Now, this game has one very horrible bug in it, a glitch that happens. When you rejoin the game or a server restarts, your ship will just disappear and despawn. There's a very easy way to fix this. You go into your buildings here. You find a grounded block like dirt or cobblestone. They both work the same, but just so I can see it easily, I like to use cobblestone. And you simply just place a block of cobblestone anywhere on your ship, so I'm going to place it here. Now, if you see, if I try controlling this, it's going to say I cannot control this ship because it's a part of a grounded structure. That's what you want when you want to park your ship. You always want to ground your ship to make sure it never despawns. So make sure of that. Now, you may be wondering, are there other solar systems? Yes, there are. Now, how you can see other solar systems? How do you get to them? You need a star map. You go here. As you can see, we have the star map. Now, I need a little bit of plastic. Honestly, I'm just going to grab my star map off my ship. And we're going to go place it right here. You can place it anywhere. It literally doesn't matter. We're going to get another one of these. And I'm going to simply place that like so. I made a mistake there, but that's okay. Connect it. We're going to disconnect it, and I'm going to show you how to use the star. Now, it's really simple. It's really simple and easy. It's not hard to use the star map at all. So we're just going to fly away from the planet really quick. Now, you can use it in orbit like that, but you want to wait. You need to click on the star map here, and as you can see, we get the entire Milky Way galaxy. Now, this is our star system. If we click, we can see the planets down here. This is the planet we are on, and you can actually click this button here, point towards once we get far away enough from the planet. Once we exit its orbit, I don't actually know if we'll be able to get back. I don't know if we have enough fuel. But we're going to see here in a second. We're going to leave the orbit. As you can see quickly, you can press point towards wherever you want to go, but we're going to point towards that. Get back, like, right now, before this planet goes away. And just like that, you're going back in. Now, it's actually really simple to travel to other solar systems. You need a hyperdrive to go to ones more than 3 parsecs away, as you can see here, 3 parsecs. This one's 0.7. But to literally go to another, it's the same as if you do a planet. So you just need to leave orbit, and you can do it. Very simple, very fast, very easy, very fun. And honestly, I don't know how to save time, so that's going to do it for this one video. I hope you hated it. And well, I will see you next time. Goodbye.